I know.
And it's so simple
because
to access
they're
it.
corrupted.
Yeah.
Do you know? I was at a meeting in Watford, but a few years ago with media march. They campaign against media immorality, whatever. And this MP was there, and he said, "Oh yeah, pornography for up to about 16 or 8, something like that. And then it's free. Then it's fine. Actually, Ted Bundy, the multiple sex killer, he said with his pornography, he needed more extreme, then he started killing. And these people legalise it.
Exactly.
Legalise it.
Yeah. They put age limit 18. I'm like, look, it should be completely banned. And I suspect that because they're making so much money, they're actually potentially influencing the government to make it free. But going back to my question, sir, you believe in God, right?
Of course, yeah.
How do you define God?
I get up at 5 o'clock every morning.
How do you define God?
For an hour and a half of prayer and study. That's my answer. I believe in God.
That's how you show you believe in God.
Because we have to make strong conditions so God can use us.
But how do you define God? I want to understand your understanding of God.
It's an eternal spirit. It's a spirit.
I'm nodding my head, not as I agree, but I'm acknowledging what you're saying. So it's an internal spirit.
God is a spirit. It's spirits. Yeah.
Is a spirit.
Yes.
Okay. How do you help me to understand that? What does that mean?
Do you mind if I ask what's your religious background?
I'm from a Roman Catholic initially, and then I met the Unification Church in 1973. That's now called the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification.
Could you tell me more about Unification Church? I don't know too much about...
Yeah, it's relatively new. The founder, Father Moon, was praying on a Korean mountainside in 1935. He was 16 years old. He prayed all night, became Easter Sunday morning, and Jesus Spirit appeared to commission him to continue the work to finally get sin out of the world. Over 9 years, praying 17 hours a day, he got what's called divine principles.
Okay.
Based on Christianity, giving you insights for the age we're living in. He was put in a communist death camp, hard labour, starvation, ration. Most men normally dead within a few weeks. He survived 2.5 years. Satan couldn't break him. Beaten to the point of death in a communist prison, thrown out for dead, and he survived. That's where this came from.
Now, I really appreciate for explaining to me about Unification Church. I don't know too much, so it's good that I've known a bit. Yeah.
It's been persecuted
by
very severe persecution
by
Christianity.
Are there like fundamental doctrinal differences from Roman Catholicism? Like, do you disagree with the Roman Catholic?
This is giving you insights for the age we're living in to unite Christianity. There's more than 400 different Christian denominations. This is giving you insights to unite Christianity.
Okay. Do you believe in the doctrine of the Trinity?
No, I don't.
Do you believe Jesus is God, or he was a messenger of God?
He wasn't God.
Okay. So I don't know if you know too much about Islam.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What I do know, I respect Islam.
Okay.
Because when I was a boy, my brother, this was a Christian country.
Yeah.
Crime rates was zero. Here's an example.
Amazing.
When I was a boy, we used to watch Manchester City Football Club, yeah?
Okay.
We used to stand on the terraces with the visiting fans, no problems. Where did obscene singing and chanting start, and violence amongst the fans after the sexual revolution and the permissive side in the 1960s? I remember it. Everton Football Club in 1974, a man running for his life. An Everton fan said to me, "Excuse me, go to time," in his Liverpool accent, and I just saw my watch. Otherwise, I could have been attacked and kicked all over. So this is where it all. So when I was a boy, this was a Christian country, and there was no football violence, no obscene singing and chanting. Divorce rates very rare, very rare. So that's where it came from. In the early 1960s, where the Home Secretary called Roy Jenkins, he was called the father of the permissive society. They hated the Christian morality, and they legalised abortion, homosexuality, and got rid of censorship.
Right.
Years later, Jenkins was asked, "What do you think of the permissive society?" Do you know what his answer was? He didn't say nothing. He knew it was a total disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate to see over the period of time, a lot of Christians have been liberalised, and they hold some like atheistic values, which I completely condemn as well. Because look, fundamentally we all believe that God is the creator. He alone deserves to be worshipped. So we should get objective morality from him.
Exactly.
So I'm really happy to hear that you don't believe Jesus is God.
No.
You believe he's a Messiah. He's the Son of Mary, messenger of God sent to the children of Israel.
And what he was the Messiah.
Yeah.
but he wasn't God.
That he wasn't God. Yeah, fantastic. So we Muslims, we believe that there's none worthy of worship except Allah, and Jesus worshipped that God. And we don't associate any parts of it. We don't worship to Muhammad, we don't worship to statues, we don't worship to angels. And this is something that is ingrained with our natural inclination, yeah? It's something that agrees with our sound intellect, that we don't worship men, we don't worship statues, we worship the one whom we were created by. Yeah, so Jesus, Moses, Abraham, they all came with one message. Worship Allah alone, associate no partners with him. And this is the same message that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came with. But the difference is that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his message is for everyone now, until the day of judgment. So we invite you to Islam, we invite you to accept.
I am also with the Universal Peace Federation.
Yeah.
It's working for all religions.
Yeah.
For a better world for everybody.
Okay.
It's in 189 countries.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Ban Ki-moon, the former second US, he's got a very key role with UPF. It's the only organisation we pull together on shared values, not change our religions. Means prosperity, interdependence, shared values, good families, good morals.
Yeah.
So worked on very high levels.
Yeah.
Very high levels. Very high levels.
Yeah.
Very, you know, world leaders, academics, media people, religious leaders, political leaders, highest level.
I agree. I agree that there are fundamental values that we all share. Yeah, like family values, human rights. We all believe in that. There's no problem at all. But the most important is what's your name? Sorry.
John O'Neill. John O'Neill.
John O'Neill. Right, nice to meet you, John O'Neill. Nice to meet you. I agree with you that we all have some sort of universal values. Like we want what's best for the human beings. We want what's best for our nation. We want to take care of the planet. This is something that, you know, we all agree with. But the most important is, before we give rights to the creation, are we giving the rights to the Creator? So this is the reason why we worship. This is the most important thing. Yeah.
On the street.
Yeah.
So again, when I was saying, when I was a boy,
Yeah.
this is a Christian country.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it should be, because when I was a boy, it was just white people.
Yeah.
And but now we're in it, we're one family. So we have to have an ethos now.
It's amazing.
Relevant for all of us.
It's amazing. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said in his final sermon that all mankind, we all came from Adam and Eve. No Arab is superior over a non-Arab, and no non-Arab is superior over an Arab. No white person is superior over black, no black person is superior over white, except piety and righteousness. So the most important is, John, yeah, that we have to worship Allah in accordance to His legislation. So now you have to follow the message that is sent to you. So if you were to live at the time of Jesus, and you accepted the messenger, you're a Muslim. Now, Jesus, peace be upon him, was only sent to the children of Israel. He wasn't fit for all nations. And this is what we Muslims believe in, and even the Bible mentions that Jesus was only sent to the children of Israel. So what we invite you, we invite you to come to Islam, because that is the religion of all the prophets. That's the religion of all prophets. We don't abandon Jesus. We have to believe in Jesus as a messenger of God.
I have many years. I have met the Muslim brothers, you know. And where I would say, I do believe that Jesus came for everybody.
Okay.
And also the Messiah comes again in this time for all people. That's my understanding.
Okay.
This teaching, it shows you.
Sorry to interject. Can I find that evidence in the Bible where Jesus mentioned he was sent to the Gentiles as well? Because as far as I know, it was Paul who commissioned himself to preach the gospel, his own gospel, to the Gentiles. But if you look at the disciples of Jesus, they evangelized only the diaspora Jews, only the Greek-speaking Jews. They didn't evangelize the Gentiles.
He sent them all over the world in the Great Commission.
Yeah.
Go out and teach the world.
Yeah, but then why don't we find the disciples of Jesus evangelizing the Gentiles? It was only Peter was sent to the Jews, and Paul was sent to the Gentiles. But nobody appointed Paul as the apostle. So where is Paul getting his theology from? He's claiming that he received revelation, but you could see that there's a friction between Paul and the Jerusalem apostles. And James, the brother of Jesus, he was the head of the Jerusalem council. They were the ones who lived, who ate with Jesus. And when they hear that Paul is saying that you should abolish the Mosaic law, you only believe that Jesus died for your sin, they completely oppose what Paul said. So this is the reason why what we invite you is that, unfortunately, many Christians, the mainstream Christianity, are upon the Pauline teaching that Jesus is the begotten Son of God, he was a dying, rising Messiah. But we Muslims say that the original message of Jesus is the oneness of God. And he never taught his people, I died for your sin, or, shed blood for the sins of mankind. This is from paganistic rituals.
Here's where it's very powerful for us. He shouldn't have been gone to the cross. He should have been accepted.
So do you believe Jesus was crucified or he wasn't
Yes,
crucified?
but it wasn't God's plan.
Right, I
It
see.
wasn't God's plan.
Okay.
It's Jesus said,
Yes.
none of the rulers of his age understood if they had, they would not
Sure.
crucify the Lord of glory.
Yeah, because as far as I know, I believe that there were early early Jewish Christian sects that were called the Ebionites. So the Ebionites, they did believe that Jesus was crucified, but no theological relevance. That they considered to be a martyr, but they never believed that Jesus died for their sins. So what you're upon is very close to what you're upon
Just
is very
like within Islam,
what
after
you're
Muhammad
upon.
died,
Just ignore him.
you had Muslim
It's a commercial advert. Just treat it as a commercial break. Yeah.
Are you a Christian
So the
by
point
any
is,
chance?
the point is, you are very close.
I want to make a claim after he does.
What you're upon is very close to what Jesus believed in. Yeah? So now we tell you that Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salatu wasalam, peace be upon him, he came with the same message of Jesus. When you look at the academic works like Robert Eisenman, James Dunn, Joachim Schopes, they are like top academics. They said that if you want to find the original belief of the disciples of Jesus, it's Islam. They said that the ones today who follow Jesus are the ones who are the Muslims of today. They mentioned that.
If you want the band to be
As I said, I do believe,
let's do it.
my understanding anyway is that this is the second coming.
We believe in the second coming as well,
This
yeah.
divine principles is showing why this is the time. It shows it from the time of Abraham seduced with 2,000 preparation for the Messiah to come.
Yeah.
Another 2,000 be prepared for the Messiah to come on this side. Science has reached the highest level. We have to settle for the idea of a problem. So many rods of philosophies, this is qualified now.
We believe in the second coming as well. We believe that Jesus, peace be upon him, he will come back again. He will kill the Antichrist. He will rule his people justly, and he will tell to the Christians, I never preached that I'm God. I never said I'm God. I never said you should worship me. I only told you, worship your God alone, who deserves all worship. Rabbi wa Rabbukum, who's my Lord and your Lord. Yeah. So what you're upon is very close to what Jesus' disciples were upon. But the question is, now Prophet Muhammad is your messenger now, because Jesus wasn't sent to you. He was only sent to the Israelites, those who descended from the lineage of Abraham.
Well, my understanding was he came for the whole world, because he sent disciples out to all over the world. All over the world. My brothers, I'm going to leave it there because
sure.
maybe on many things we have the same thinking.
Yeah.
We want to see God again into this
Fantastic.
nation. But on certain things, maybe we have, there's some. I have my understanding. You have your understanding.
Yeah.
The main point is in artistically. I'm with you because I know you're standing to get God again into this and get rid of all the. We agree on all the immorality, homosexuality, sex education,
Absolutely.
children.
Absolutely.
On that level.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that.
All the best.
Thank you very much, John. What's your name?
John O'Neill.
Yeah, John O'Neill. Right, nice to meet you. Have you got Quran? Have you got English?
I've read it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
See, this is what you call civilized discussion.
Yeah.
Unlike someone here, he doesn't know how to have a civilized
have a lot of energy from
I'm telling you, look, we are happy to have a conversation with you, providing that you are civilized and honest and sincere, whatever, but you wait for your turn and we will wait for our turn. But he's not happy with that. So can you please give this your Christian brother some Christian nasiha, that meaning
Christian advice.
Christian advice.
I know myself from Susie Christian. I have a very narrow mind. I know that.
Yeah, I agree.
He's very narrow. You're right.
But not all Christians are like. Not all Christians are like that. Not all Christians are
You're a
like
very good Christian, my son. Because you have ethics. But unlike someone, they don't have ethics.
that. Yeah. Thank you very much, John. All right. Have a good day. Thank you very much.
David, I know you're here.
Alhamdulillah.
But there's a reason Christians don't listen. Because there's nothing you have on top.
SubhanAllah. There's always shaitan around. There's always shaitan around, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, too much wine. Too much wine.
You have too much camel pee.
Too much wine, man.
Too much camel pee.
Too much wine.
I have a challenge for you.
Too much wine.
I want you.
Get away from me. You're iniquity.
I want you to lose weight. Because if you're fasting, your weight should drop. Now, if you weigh more than you weigh right now, hey! That's all. You still ain't helping him, I gave you one back. Now you're gonna cry and run.
I'm saying you mental health, David, no one's listening. This is what happens, David. The mental health.
Get your booty over here, size 5. Size 5, get your booty over here. Size 5, booty, come. Yes, because when you walk, you move your glutes. Downside 5. Come over here.